Hello, and welcome to the Sevon podcast. Nice to see
Welcome.
you. Nice to see you here, Mr. Beaver.
Nice to see you as well, Mr. Matosian.
If you would like an FDA-approved device that can increase blood flow, it's for men only. Well, I guess a woman could buy it. The Exerciser's 20% off. Sevon, I've missed you. Well, before I'm indulging. Sorry. And then over there, but no, you know what? Caleb's busy. Oh shit! I was gonna. There you go. 40% off of Fit Aid. Can you believe 40%? Holy cow!
It's a pretty insane deal.
And then don't forget Paper Street Coffee. 30% off. 30% off of coffee. Are you sick? No, I'm trying to like regulate my emotions right now.
It's been a roller coaster, I bet.
I should no, not rum and coke. But I got a Diet Pepsi. I needed caffeine. I'm guilty. Crucify me. I'm fine with it. David, where's Taylor? He's at your mom's house.
Probably right.
Do you know what it's like? Have you ever been with someone and they don't make like you're trying to understand them and you can't understand what the fuck they're really trying to convey to you, and you're struggling to understand it, and the more you struggle to understand it, the more in trouble you get, and you're being accused of all this shit, but you're not doing anything except try to understand them. It's called a girlfriend, premenopausal girlfriend.
Oh, yep.
That is exactly what it's like at the CrossFit Games right now.
Really?
Yeah, it's basically like it's crazy how you know what the most stable thing at the CrossFit Games is?
What's
The
that?
floor.
CrossFit HQ. Imagine that. Would you agree with that, Souza?
What's that?
The most stable thing at the CrossFit Games right now is CrossFit HQ.
Yeah, what do you mean? Like event staff, judges, volunteers, athlete briefers, all
I don't
of
know,
them?
just the operations of the game. I mean, of the game. It's just. Let me give you an example. We found. So let me ask you this, Souza. Souza, is anyone else coming on?
I don't know.
All right.
The
They
other
don't
guys-
need to. They don't need to.
Okay.
Let me,
I think
let's
Pedro
ask,
was going to, but they just went to the store real quick there.
Caleb, let me ask you a series of loaded questions.
Oh boy. Okay.
You ready?
Sure.
By the way, don't forget Matuthian. How are you not using tooth powder? Who still uses fluoride?
Couldn't be me.
Hey, if you think CFHQ is in shambles, you should see the athletes.
Oh, we see him. It's on live television.
You should see the athletes. If HQ is has Down syndrome, the athletes are tomorrow they're going to have a self-help doctor euthanasia. It's
BetterHelp.com is going to be their sponsor after this.
But let me give you some examples before we start the name calling. What I just heard just now. You guys are gonna you're not even gonna be able to get your head wrapped around this. But let's walk Caleb down this a little bit.
Fuck. Okay.
Caleb, some athletes took the floor, and at 3, 2, 1, go. They did not go. They took a moment of silence, and they waited a minute.
Okay.
Okay. And I guess the ESPN camera focused on them for a whole minute and did not focus on the athletes who were there working out, giving to the fans.
Okay. So it wasn't a collective thing.
No, just certain teams or athletes did it symbolically. And why do you think they would do that? Why do you think they would do that?
I've seen it before, like where like soccer teams have done it. Like the two teams, like right before the game starts, before they blow the whistle, the whole stadium will go silent and everybody does like a moment of reflection or prayer or what you believe in.
Right. And they let a few seconds go off the clock.
Right.
Check your mic, Sevon. I think it's off on your computer.
Check my what?
Your mic.
Oh, how's that? Oh, it is off. I think really someone's complaining about my audio. Oh shit, you're right. Better. So they do. So you're saying two teams take the floor. The clock. It's a 90-minute game. The clock starts, and neither team does anything for a minute.
Right.
And what they're doing is they're sacrificing a minute.
Right.
They're giving something up
In honor of an individual or an entity or something like that.
Right. So no matter like we could speculate, well, that guy had no chance of winning anyway, or that was dumb if he was a real competitor, but we'll never know. In all actuality, objectively speaking, they, without any fucking analysis or judgment, they gave up a minute of their time, which could be called as a sacrifice. And if they say, I'm doing it because Lazar Jukic tragically fucking died in a swimming accident, I'm giving this time because of that. Because for some reason, that's the best thing I can think I can do. And you know what? Who am I to judge what the best thing you think you can do is, right?
Sure.
Yep.
And the whole world is seeing it. And maybe in that minute, you'll reflect on your own mortality, or you'll pray for Lazarus' living family, because someone told me today you can't pray for dead people. But it's
That's
some
new.
I didn't know. Well,
I didn't know that
anyway,
either.
Well, it doesn't help them if you pray for dead people. Someone told me today. But it's a sacrifice. Does anyone disagree with me in the audience that it's a sacrifice? It's an objective sacrifice. If you disagree with me, tell me. I want to bring the whole group along here. A CrossFit Games team on live TV. Calm down, Sevi. 3, 2, 1, go to crown the fittest, undisputed people in the world. Makes the Olympic guys pussies. 9 billion people on the planet. We brought them to Fort Worth. You can't even believe what you're seeing when you see these people. And because one of their brothers died, they're giving a fucking minute of their sacrifice and their time. Like, basically, like, fuck you. This guy's life is worth a minute off my time. And I don't know what kind of sacrifice it is, but I won't even judge it, because it doesn't make the sacrifice doesn't make sense to me, but I understand it's a sacrifice. Does everyone agree? Does anyone disagree with me?
I agree.
Tell me, anybody. It's a true sacrifice, right? They've sacrificed a minute for whatever that minute means to them.
Yep.
Right.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Makes me think when Kobe died, each team used 24 seconds on a whole 24 seconds. Fine, good, I like it. No, you guys don't agree with me? It's not a sacrifice? If you don't think it's a sacrifice, explain it to me, because I'm not going to move forward if we can't all agree. I need 1,200 people to type in that you agree with. It's not a sacrifice if there's no consequence. Okay, so there is a consequence.
But
so
there is a consequence.
Right, there is consequence.
Thank you, very important. The consequence is now they probably can't win.
You're a minute off on the time, at least.
Because you're a minute off on the timer. So, David, thank you. That's important. So it's a sacrifice because there's a consequence. Thank you. Fuck, I'm so glad I'm asking you, because I'm not prepared to have this conversation. Go ahead, Caleb.
That's like if you're a Formula One driver and you don't start the race until everybody else has gone around one lap. You will never win that race. That's the sacrifice you're making.
And you make that sacrifice, and there's a consequence, and you want the whole world to see it while the ESPN cameras are on you.
Right.
Sacrifice, Ian Lee, thank you. Sacrifice is along the lines, but not exactly the word. Okay, let's pick a different word. I'm open. I'm so open. Not a sacrifice, a public statement. It's both. It's a public statement. Well, I could make a sacrifice here tonight behind closed doors. I could drop to one knee. I could balance on one foot with no one looking and fucking hold tree pose and pray for fucking Lazarus' family and wish all the happiness in the world for them. I don't think it makes it any less powerful than what those athletes did, but they're actually sacrificing something. They are now sacrificing something publicly, right? Minute seems like a small sacrifice. No, well, whatever. Let's not judge. I don't think it's a small sacrifice.
It's nice what we're talking about, though, right?
But it's just that, yeah, it doesn't matter whether the size. It doesn't matter whether it's good or bad. Like if they sacrificed a pig and you're like, well, fuck, they should have sacrificed a cow. It's better meat. Like, I'm not worried about that. Oh, you disagree? Okay, tell me why you disagree. I need to know why you disagree.
A sacrifice is an offering or visible gift. Okay, so that's what they did. They gave a gift to the other athletes of losing a minute. Okay, so we're all on the same page. There's consequences. Dobby, I wouldn't say it's a sacrifice. I would say it's just a minute of remembrance. But it's both of those. It's a minute of remembrance, but it's also a sacrifice because they just lost a minute. Didn't you hear what Caleb said? If you want to celebrate Dale Earnhardt, if you want to sacrifice somehow draw attention to Dale Earnhardt's death, then you let all the cars go around. You've now given it away. You lost a minute. That's the sacrifice. Thank you.
Yeah, and they were sacrificing their position in the competition. They're sacrificing the points they could have grabbed there, and they did it publicly.
Maybe not a sacrifice, but an honorary. No, it's both. It is an honorary. I want to know who doesn't think it's a sacrifice. Of course, it's an honorary.
But it does cost you something, Joel, because it costs them a minute of the competition for the reason why their whole entire there. And for some of them, that minute could result in them not winning the competition.
Okay, I'll pull up the comments before you respond to them so we can have a legit group competition. Welcome, Pedro. Okay, I'm not asking for the analysis. Look at me. I don't care about that. I just want to know what the gesture, what the action implied. It's not just gesture. Okay, it's silly, Sevon. We agree with you. Okay, good. Okay. What if?
Hello?
What would you call it? What would you call it if they did that? The cameras filmed it, and then as we approached the end of the competition, the athletes asked for the minute back.
Bullshit.
That's what I want to know what you call.
Then they didn't give it up. They didn't do a sacrifice. All they did was a virtue signal that they wanted to sacrifice. They wanted a public display, but then at the end, they didn't want the consequence of it. So going back to the comment that said if there's no consequence, it isn't a sacrifice.
Right. So they changed their mind. They regret. If they want their minute back, I want to just talk objectively. I don't want to analyze it like virtue signaling. I want to know if we agreed it's a sacrifice in honor of Lazar. If we want to agree it's a sacrifice that comes with consequences, that's one of the elements of a sacrifice. If you want that minute back, then what was so they changed their mind, right?
Yeah. Right.
So something seems
the echo's tough.
There's an echo?
It's all
right. I am completely tripping. It wasn't a genuine sacrifice. So like if I were sacrificing my baby into a volcano and like everyone was looking,
do they mean that because they rescinded it or asked to rescind it that now it's not a genuine sacrifice?
I threw a doll in there instead of a baby, but I told you all it was my baby.
It's like me donating $10,000 with a check, but it bouncing.
Chelsea, who are we talking about, or is this clickbait? Get the fuck out of here for that clickbait comment. Go to your room. 50 burpees. Jackass. We're having a fucking conversation. Stay focused.
It's like offering to donate a kidney, but you use a cow kidney.
We agree. I heard they were told before they did it they were going to be given the minute back.
But then why give? Then it's nothing. It's even more pointless if they were told before they did it.
It's like they wanted the reassurance. Like, okay, well,
then they should. Well,
if we do
they
this,
shouldn't have done it.
Absolutely.
If we do this, will you give it back?
By the way,
find a better way.
By the way, that is not true either. At least from the, I've asked for 3 sources for the exact statement that was said from CrossFit, and they were not told they would get the minute back from the sources.
Did they ask? Could they have it back in it, like before doing it?
So Dobie says they didn't change their mind. They probably never meant it in the first place. Hey, this is a very emotional time. Taylor was just lecturing me on judging people when they're highly emotional. He said, when my dad died, I wouldn't want people judging me for all my actions. I'm tripping. It is. I'm gonna throw it out there with the people who wanted to distribute. The second you gave them some sort of voting power, they wanted to distribute the money equally amongst them. I'm tripping.
It's like this. You write a comment that says, "I'm pledging $10 to the show," and not donating $10 to the show. Or like, oh, you donate $10, and it's like, well, actually, can I get that back?
I'm okay with people changing their mind.
Sure.
I'm okay with people changing their mind.
What do you call this then?
Maybe it's just people changing their mind and I need to settle down.
I think it's disingenuous.
I think the way that it's genuous, whatever, is if they came out and said, hey, we did this because at the time we thought blah, blah, blah. We've changed our mind. We think we should execute the competition the way we should, whatever. But to ask for it back behind closed doors and not say anything and not explain is disingenuous for sure.
I want all the money back I've donated to the show. Hey, they would never publicly say they would. Thank you, Jeremy. They would never. We'll get your money back to you, including that $5. Plus the if these same groups of people who took the knee for a minute were calling the people who didn't take the knee for a minute, some of them fucking losers for not participating in it.
Wow.
Thank you, Grey Worm. $1,000. Thank you. Biggest sponsor, biggest donation we've ever had. Thank you.
It's monopoly money. I also don't think the people who didn't do it, to my understanding, they didn't know it was planned. And other people knew it was planned and all agreed, hey, we're all going to do this thing. But the people that didn't do it weren't told. So they were made to look like assholes by the fact that, like,
Oh, really?
oh, shit,
here's the thing.
we're not doing.
All of these other things that are being said, like HQ told them they'd get the minute back, or what you're saying, they may be true or not true. But I would never, me personally, take a knee for a minute that looks like a sacrifice, and the whole stadium would erupt and congratulate these fucking people. It was wild. It was beyond me. I didn't understand it. It is when HQ switched hands from Greg Glassman to Eric Rosa, everyone went into a sheer panic, and I saw people's true character come out. You saw the people who hid behind babies for protection. And there's one thing about people mourning shit differently, but there's this element of people's character that comes out during times of crisis that's just absolutely mind-boggling to me. Barry McCockner, I won't ask for my money back. Great meeting you today. You look just like you do in your picture.
Yeah, it was a great meeting, Barry McCockner.
I want Jeremy's money too. Who didn't do the knee? Oh, the vast majority of people didn't do the knee. They came there to compete, and they competed. Those are probably the people who fucking probably donated money to the GoFundMe and who prayed behind closed doors for Lazarus' family. David Masella, love you, Sevi, voice of reason in the community. Are these leading questions or just for conversation? Feels like a deeper point coming. No, this this is what's happening. I'm hearing rumors.
It's information sharing.
That there are athletes who want their fucking minute back. And it's like, I don't care whether HQ said they'd give you the minute back. I don't care what the reason is. That you stopped, the camera focused on you instead of the athletes that were giving to the crowd and exercising and racing and competing. And you showed basically what you showed the world. Basically, when you drop a knee, we look at you and we're like, wow, these people must be fucking really moved. And they're basically making a statement that whatever they're going through is more important than the CrossFit Games. And that they're willing to sacrifice their victory.
Hey,
and now that we're getting close to the end of the race, they want their fucking mind. Hey, and even if they did change their mind, it's too late. There's consequences for your actions. Go ahead, Souza.
Well, I was gonna say that if because like there was a statement that HQ said they would get the minute back. So maybe at one point there was a collective like, hey, we're just gonna take a minute for a moment of silence as the group, and then as we go through it, they could adjust it back, I guess, for their time or something.
What you need to do is
they shouldn't have done it though. They shouldn't have done it because that misleads everyone in the fucking crowd.
You need to do it right as the workout starts. Before the workout, before the buzzer even goes
do it before the workout starts.
Just like every other sporting event.
Hey, it reminds me of what Hiller says. Everything's fake. It reminds me, Hiller's always like, dude, everything's fake. Everyone's acting. It's all WWE. It was fucking WWE around Lazar's death. They didn't even stop acting for Lazar's death. It's all WWE. And I'm a fucking idiot because I'm the last person to figure it out. It's all WWE.
Like some cool stuff that happened was after the event.
Yeah.
Do you know, like the girls did it first,
Yes.
and the guys did it when they came out. That was
That
cool.
was
That was
cool.
emotional. That like
Yeah.
whipped
Explain
up
that, Pedro, what
frenzy.
they were doing. Explain what they were
So
doing
I
after
think
the
it
event.
was one of the female heats, maybe like heat 2 or something. After the event was over, it seemed like it was impromptu. Like it just they were just like, "Hey, do you want to just kind of huddle together?" And
Yeah.
they just kind of knelt down. I believe Brooke Wells is there, but I can't remember what heat it was
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, she
There was
was.
a
Yeah.
line of like 5 or 6 of them,
Yeah.
just basically knelt down,
Yep.
and just bowed their heads for like 20 seconds. Crowd went nuts.
Nuts.
And then they got up and left. And then other heats followed suit and started doing it, especially the men's heat with the empty lane for Lazar.
Mhm.
They
Yeah,
all kind of
yep.
gathered around that, shared a moment, whatever. But there was none of this like, hey guys, let's do this. Let's pause in the middle of the workout, but we'll all pause. So it doesn't matter. And it's pointless and it's meaningless. And it's just
I liked it
contrived.
when the boys made a circle and then raised their hands.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
held
Yeah.
hands and raised their hands. That was
Yeah.
cool.
It was cool because it was natural and it wasn't planned or staged.
Right.
It was just
I don't
like,
have an HDMI cord, dude.
I need my 1099 back. Okay, fine. I'll give it to you.
Actually,
I understand making a gesture of sorrow mourning, but you can't ask for the minute back.
I'm gonna go onto the GoFundMe and ask my $50 back.
Yeah,
Fuck that,
that's
Sevi. It's not fair on those who competed when they said go. Yeah, hey guys, I got to tell you something. That whole GoFundMe account that we did for Lazar, it was fake. It's actually for my kids' jiu-jitsu for the rest of their life.
They can
You're
now
playing
afford 3
brothers?
lessons.
Romeo Castillo, grief is a process. It could be the athlete's state of mind at the time they wanted to do it. I agree. Well said. Later to regret it. I 100% agree. I think all the athletes who didn't compete are going to severely regret it. Like someone saying angry words as a reaction to the loss. Okay, I'm with you. Only to regret it. Yes. CrossFit was smart to foresee athletes making irrational decisions. That part I don't understand. What's he saying? That they're smart to say we'd give you the minute back? But here, if that's what you're saying, Romeo, then it's like coddling them. There's no consequences for their actions, and then the rest of us were duped.
is that this thing?
No. All that it's not irrelevant because in the teams, it's very relevant. It's irrelevant. All the 1-minute athletes are garbage. They could be given 100 minutes and still get whooped by, I don't know who TCT is, but
Tia Toomey.
oh, Tia Claire Toomey. Yeah, that's true about her. Would it change the leaderboard if they did this? Yes.
Yes.
That's what's That's exactly what's happening. Possibly, Dylan Val, possibly there was a collective understanding amongst the athletes that said the sacrifice would be made before the event. Then some athletes took advantage and started to go. Either way, dude, if you eat that, I sure that would be fucked. But either way, you did that action and you knew the consequences. You were losing a minute for Lazar. Oh, wait, shit. He's not. Oh, you're not going to do it? Okay, I'm not going to do it either. That was the bold. Hey, that was the whole bold statement about it. That was the only thing that was bold about it, that not everyone was doing it. That's what even made it more dramatic. And then for those athletes and those teams to call the other teams losers for not doing it, now you definitely can't ask for your dollar back.
I saw like one of the Angelo's Mayhem team didn't do it, and they were the only team in their heat that didn't do it.
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
And my understanding is that they didn't know it was a thing, that they just kind of went, and then after a while, we're like, "What the fuck is going on?"
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I also saw people being like, "Hey, fuck you," when they were leaving the floor. Not athletes, like people in the crowd, because all people in the crowd saw, "Wow, look at this! Hey, hang on, what the fuck are they doing? Why aren't
Right.
they doing it?" So then Angelo's team are getting told to fuck off.
The virtue signaling, the crowd that falls for it's part of the WWE antics. That's the WWE. People yelling "fuck you" at you. It's all fake. Hey, think of the athletes who have 15,000 pictures of just themselves posted They haven't shared any of their social media fame with anyone other than exactly precisely what they want, which is to make money and get attention. I'm perfectly okay with that. I'm fully impressed by that. Hiller's explained that to me many, many times. You have to be consistent with your message. And now we already know that you're all about presenting yourself in this fake ass way, or let's say it's not fake, in this one-dimensional way. And now you have a picture of fucking Lazar Jukic on your Instagram. We already know nothing you do is anything about making money and getting attention for yourself. I'm just tripped out by it. I can't maybe I'm just not humble enough. Maybe I just have too much ego. I can't possibly imagine, even if I wanted to, asking CF for that. Catholics regularly pray for the dead. We pray for the repose of their soul and that they enter heaven. Oh, okay. Anyway, that was
I just can't believe they would ask for
no
that.
top
I got
no
so-
top
so
athlete
angry.
waited a minute.
Yeah.
Not true. Not true. Many did. You're just thinking individual. It was unnecessary. All those who wanting CrossFit to pay will regret it when there's no more games, no more Sevon, Hiller, Castro, Tia sponsors or a platform. That's fair enough, but my shit's thriving. It doesn't matter what happens to the I'm kicking ass. Me and Caleb and Sousa will be here. Probably drag Pedro along. Kill Taylor's is its
You'll
own.
be our sacrifice.
As long as Taylor doesn't die, we're fucking going to the bank, bitches.
Man, Taylor gets stopped so much here. It's crazy.
Does he get told fuck you all
I
the
just
time,
couldn't
or-
imagine being part of a team or as myself as an individual doing that, and then with any sense of dignity going back and saying, "Hey,
That's what I mean. Even if
since
I
some people
regretted it,
didn't," and it needs people just need to just take a moment and self-examine. I think they also need to just take some people don't sit in silence enough. And you were back there in the warm-up area with me and Pedro and stuff, and like when you get down there, it's like this really weird like festering circle of thoughts. And those circle of thoughts aren't really doing anything positive, but they're definitely making they're definitely making you feel more negative, and then the anger starts to come out, and there's not a lot of just like self-reflection, giving yourself a little bit of distance to it and really understanding like, okay, well, how do I feel about this? Are these my actual thoughts, or are these just the thoughts because I've been festering in this same circle, or is it because of the people around me are massively influencing me, or am I actually mostly focused on my self-image and I just want to look good in front of followers and people? And I think the only way you could determine that is with just doing it on your own somewhere else, a little meditation, and really having some self-reflection and self-awareness as to why you're doing what you're doing.
I appreciate Con Porter's little speech today, saying that what he believes is wrong is using this tragedy to attack others based on how they dealt with it. I agree with you.
And
I agree with you.
I think the thing is,
and maybe I've been guilty of that. I don't know if this falls under that category. I don't know if this.
but it's not dealing with it though, is it? Like this isn't like someone. I think Khan's talking about people who decide to compete or decide to withdraw. Not someone who says, guys, hey, look, we're going to do this big. Actually, no, forget about it because we actually could win here. Can we get those points back, please?
right.
It's
right.
like when you have conviction and standards and morals until your competitive edge takes over.
And
then
you
do whatever you
showcase
want.
them for the world
Yeah.
intentionally. I'm okay with them changing their mind too, but not changing the consequences of it. How hard is it to film someone? For me, it's fucking easy. I'm murdered today. Ever since last night, I'm on a terror. There's so many fucking great athletes that I've been just fucking having a great time with. I had an amazing interview with Luke Parker today, who lived with Lazar for a couple months, and he was telling me the stories and told me about the last time they went to church together. It was awesome. I got great footage with Alexis Raptis about how she thought her third lap was her last lap, and so she stopped running and then started running again and still set a PR. I had fun with Brooke Wells, Jason Hopper, Bailey Martin's dad. I mean, I had tons of fun today. I had so much fucking fun today. I want to tell you one more thing that's fucking fascinating to me. Tonight, for some reason, the media pit was empty. And there was this clamoring for these sparkly sparkly bands. And the media that got them ahead of time was like, oh my God, I have enhanced access. And they were bragging all over the fucking internet. And the fucking media pit was packed all fucking week. Jam-packed, shoulder to shoulder. I didn't even want to go in there. I was going to be claustrophobic.
Might get trampled on.
And tonight, the only people who were down there were my homeboy Tommy Marquez, me, Graciano, Will Brandstetter. There was fucking no one down there. Maybe 4 or 5 other media people I didn't know. Where the fuck were you guys for the final fucking event today? Meanwhile, all these assholes on the second tier, and I'm the oldest media guy out there. I don't think there's one. Have you seen anyone older than me?
No.
Thank you, assholes. The whole,
I haven't seen anyone better looking either.
Thank you. The whole second tier. There's the
Well,
there's the second tier media that didn't get these sparkly passes, and they're just looking at the media pit wide open. If they're such, I don't know what that word is. With top level
Elitism.
I don't know what that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not gonna try to read that. Sorry, Jermaine. I'll send you your money back, Chris. Sorry, Jermaine Burrows. What a trip watching people process this shit. Sebi, did you get the access you wanted today? Yeah, starting last night. Well, not that I wanted, but it was pretty fucking good. There's this lady there, Laura, who's I think she's in charge of all event media, and starting last night, she's kind of taken over of the group, and last night and all day today, she fucking was like, she was on it. There's some real difficult locations to navigate. And like there's to go from one point where you want to be with the athletes to another point is a 10-minute walk where you have to go outside. And if you want to go back and forth, it's impossible. And she helped us navigate that. And you may like today I did it 15 times. And so she saved me 150 minutes. Noah said it really well today that they decided to stay and appreciated the crowd staying too, just being thankful for support, energy, and love. Yeah, Noah nailed it.
He nailed that.
He nailed that. It was great. And I appreciate Noah for staying and for supporting and putting on a show, even though I didn't watch any teams because I was doing interviews downstairs. I didn't watch most of the individual heats either. Oh, Scott Schweitzer. I'm older than you. Yeah. Fucking Scott's in the seats behind the fucking media place that's wide open. And he probably, I don't know if he wanted a wristband. I don't mean to project onto you, Scott, but it's like, hey, if Scott's staying there till fucking 8 o'clock at night like an asshole, like the rest of us, why not give him the fucking sparkly pass? You media guys who got these sparkly passes and aren't using them, just hand them over. Hand them back to fucking Chris Madigan.
I heard they've been trading them around anyway.
I heard that too, Caleb.
I find that hard to believe. If you fucking look at mine too long, I'll punch you in the throat. Some guy walked by me. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, I think it was the lanyard of the press one because they were just looking at that super big placard and they were just like giving them to their friends so they could get down lower and sit on those seats that are all marked off for the press. That was the issue.
Well, there's so much room for the press. I mean, outside of the fact that we don't have good access, there's plenty of room for like, except for how narrow the passageway is. The press, I mean,
yeah, that passageway is super narrow.
Yeah. For what CrossFit's doing, they're doing it perfectly. And hey, and all of us have access to people to complain to or get stuff from. So like if you have a problem, you have 3 people you can text and they'll come unfuck your shit or tell you quit being a bitch. I just want my post read out. Okay, thank you. Unknowable. Katie, a lot of median athletes who left only said that they can't believe what is happening, but they don't explain it. Oh yeah, that's the we're back to Floyd 19.
I don't think they could probably explain the reason why they do a lot of things that they do.
Yeah, prove why continuing the games is so bad. Yeah, I see that too. People are leaving, but they won't tell you why. So you're like, is there a gunman in here? Like, what's going on? Why is there a fire on level 2?
Guys, I don't want anyone to speculate.
Yeah, I don't want anyone to speculate, but I'm going to tell you I'm leaving because of what's happening.
I'm gonna finish my last sentence with ...
Hey, I
You
think
can fill in
that
the
I think
blanks.
that's the definition of virtue signaling. And then what happens is, just so you know, is then morons read that I'm leaving for what because of what's happening, and then they fill that phrase "what's happening" with what they think they know so quickly that they think it said something else. Do you know what I mean? They said I'm leaving because Dave Castro is making us drink X-Lax before every workout. Oh shit! They just stick it in there.
Yeah.
Wow,
I can
that'd
use
be a
some
show
extra
now.
You
Wow.
just ruined event 7 for everybody.
The Known and Noble page shared a story with a pic of a survey agent out on the 1 minute.
Put out on the. It wasn't an agent that did it.
Survey Monkey.
Oh, I thought they meant like an athlete manager did it. I was saying no, it was an athlete.
The best part of your days was when you sat with me at the finish line. You're killing it, Sevy and team. Susie Tell. Yeah, Susie gave me a seat today that belonged to someone else. I appreciated that awkward moment.
I was wondering.
Thank you.
Hey, what do you think about conscious levels and thoughts and operating from different emotions, which rises or falls? Meaning your conscious level rises or falls. And like
So,
there
like-
used to be this saying that like it was funny. My brother and I would do it all the time. Like kind of turned into a joke, but you would react. Like you're reacting. You're not really responding. And he would always say like, "Hey, dude, you're operating from a low conscious level right now, or you're not operating at a conscious level right now." There's a book called Power versus Force by Dr. Richard Hawkins, and he talks about this scale point of consciousness, and the lower you go down it, when it's like shame, guilt, anger, despair, depression, all these things, you're operating at a really low frequency and conscious level. And so therefore you don't have the ability to really think outside of like this little pinhole of an ability. But as you rise up in the emotions and start to have acceptance and then love and all these other things, it allows you to operate from a much higher conscious level of thought, which then therefore allows you to just be and not react.
So sort of like when I have an argument with my wife.
You're operating
then-
at a low ass conscious level.
And then afterwards I'm like, oh fuck.
That's right, because then
Yeah.
you start to feel guilty about it, so you move up a little bit. And
Yeah.
that's also why they say gangs operate the way they do, because they operate from shame, anger, guilt, these other things, and that's why they do horrific things without really like thinking about it as much.
What is a hell of a lot of emotion down there? I'll say
Well,
that.
think
Are you
about
s-
it. They do it on
are
a
you saying-
territory thing. Like on my block, this is my block, this is my block. And imagine being operating from a place where the only thing that matters is your street corners. And you cannot see outside of that. So you're willing to go kill somebody or be killed because you want to protect your territory and block. Like think about the level of consciousness you have to operate from to actually dedicate yourself to that.
I may need a whole show on that.
Should check out the book, especially KF, because it's absolutely funny that he's like, "You're not a therapist" in the last comment. Now he's laughing at that statement, but I don't understand what that is actually solving.
Yeah,
or doing.
what? You're not a therapist?
He said
Yes,
in a couple comments back that like I wasn't a therapist, and I didn't address it, but now he's laughing at that statement that I made. So I'm not really sure what his objective is.
You are a therapist.
I'm not a therapist.
You are a therapist. Stevie, two
Oh,
questions.
Roger that. Thank you,
Anyway, do you want to bring that up really quick? I'm curious to see that thing, Caleb. Let me see that.
I was gonna ask if it was okay, but
Sure. Let's see. Dear athletes, apologies for this late email. Schedule change. Your check-in time is 7:45 a.m. Is that for individuals?
I think so.
We need to fit you for a piece of equipment. Okay, well, let's come back to this one. That one's good. What was that other one?
What other one?
There's
Oh,
another.
you talking? Oh, sorry. Yeah. My
There
bad.
was something long you brought up. It said
Yep,
something about how they were all told. As you recall in our briefing, some teams chose together to pause for a minute. Some teams chose together to pause for a minute at the start of our first event to honor Lazar and giving one another the personal choices to participate. That sentence doesn't even make sense. As you recall in our briefing, some teams chose together to pause for a minute at the start of our first event to honor Lazar. Okay, I get that. In giving one another the personal choice to participate, it was our understanding from CrossFit Games leadership that for those who did elect to do so would have the minute redeemed to restore an equitable competition field. By the way, that's a great use of the word equitable. That means cheating, helping other people out. So the equity there was to allow them to virtue signal to the whole world for something that wasn't a real sacrifice. We would like to reestablish a collective agreement that will be making said adjustments before the competition concludes, crediting back 1 minute to the teams that chose to stand and finish under the cap. Chose to stand? Stand for what? Stand for fucking tricking all of us that you were sacrificing something?
Stand for 60 seconds.
Hey, if CrossFit said they were going to give him that minute back, then they're part of the WWE fucking facade.
The other issue is like there's bits and pieces of information that we get, so we don't actually really have like the full scoop of like what
I
was said,
asked a
what
couple
wasn't
people if
said.
that was said, and it was said we will consider it. That was all that was said for
And that's
from
what
HQ.
and
We
that's
will
what I had said
consider
earlier,
it.
because like when we were in the athlete warm-up area and you hear the briefings, there's a lot of questions I could ask, even for like the Chad workout. Like you'd think something is stepping up and over stuff, but there are like a couple dozen questions, not a couple dozen questions that are being asked with that, right? And there's a couple of them where Dave would pause for a minute and go, hold on, let me get back to you with that. And then we'd go like next question. And then after a few more questions came through about, you know, how they could do this or do that or do this, then he would come back and would say, okay, let's go back to that other question over there. We will allow that now.
Yeah. Why would that survey be? That was what is that thing? What is that thing?
It's something from SurveyMonkey. So somebody had to like create a survey through SurveyMonkey and then distribute it to all the teams competing at the CrossFit Games.
Did CrossFit distribute it?
I don't know. I don't believe so.
God, Dave opened up a fucking Pandora's box by doing the survey thing. By asking.
Yeah, but I think I think he did the reason why he did the survey thing.
Yeah.
Was because I think that he thought that people would get mobbed if they disagreed with the really loud minority. So he wanted to give everybody the space to actually make their own decision, going back to something what I said earlier, right? Rather than getting into that group think or feeling like you can't say actually how you feel because you'll be attacked for it.
Yeah.
It gives everybody space to
and that is what's happening there. It's just the vocal minority is just fucking unbelievable. Anyway, that'll be interesting to see how that plays out.
Souza, you making dinner?
Sentinel training. Hey, Souza, update on the food. Yes, the screenshot that I showed you should be here by 10 or perhaps before 10. And when they come, they're going to knock on the door and they're going to ask for a code, Taylor. And I'm going to give you that code so you can get the food, okay?
What a waste of $20.
Judy Reed, Souza Bergeron talks about this stuff. It's fascinating and eye-opening.
I hope he cites his sources.
Sebi, 2 questions. What's your favorite moment that you captured from today, and did you get any time with Dave? My 2 favorite moments that immediately popped into my head was Kali Souza's fucking insane stripper body and hanging out with Alexis Raptis. That was fun. Her coach Adam Rogers gave me a great fucking interview too.
He seems really cool.
He's so mature. He was just how he's processing how he personally is processing all this information. And of course I had a blast with Ricky today and Bruno Martin, and I shot with Brooke Wells a little bit. It was just great. Hopper and Dallin are fucking outrageous. James Sprague. It was great. It was a great day. And I have gotten some time with Dave, but I haven't been filming. It hasn't been appropriate. Someone commented to me letting the game. Oh, and I got to hang out with Sarah Cox today, which was cool. And I got to hang out with Susie Tell today, which was really cool. Someone commented to me, letting the games continue is like watching murder over and over again. Jesus Christ.
The
Whoa,
fuck?
that's a very extreme position.
Insane.
Will Dave resign because of the hue and cry for blood?
I don't think Dave's a quitter.
No.
I've got if people is anyone requesting him to resign? Is that being put out there? I would
I
love
haven't
to
heard.
go to.
I think one person very specifically has openly stated that he wants Dave to resign.
Do I know that person?
Yes.
Did they say it literally like post it publicly?
I told
Yeah,
you
let
not
me
to
go
tell
find
anyone,
it.
Can
Caleb.
you set it in the private chat?
Pedro, but he wants to take it back now.
Shut up, Caleb. I retracted. I was taking a stand, but I removed my stand.
Dan Guerrero, there's no right way to move on, but as Fakovsky put it, these guys' jobs are to compete. When my brother-in-law passed, I still had to go to work.
Unfortunately, yeah. Life doesn't stop. As
Hey,
horrific as things are.
I think that's a little different too, by the way.
That's what do you mean?
15,000 people showed up because they really fucking like you and they're inspired by you and they're motivated by you. This isn't like people aren't just going to this isn't like just going to see your favorite NFL team and you're going there to drink beer and watch it and see if your team wins. This isn't that. This isn't like you're that's why like you're not a professional athlete. You're more than a professional athlete. I always said you guys aren't professional athletes. You're more than a professional athlete. You're
Yes.
more than a professional athlete. You're not some fucking jackass doing Sprite commercials. Stevie, how is Dave? Hopefully, I can't tell you how Dave is, but I can tell you that he's my dear friend, and I love him to death, and I want him to. I'm hoping that that this is a ends up being a great experience for him.
What I can tell you about Dave is when he was back in the athlete warm-up area, he's open, he's accessible, he's willing to have a conversation publicly with a group, privately, one-on-one. Ran into Con Porter, Cara Saunders, was had great conversation with the both of them for a while. One thing that Con Porter did say is he goes, hey, Dave was probably, he goes, I had a really great conversation with Dave, and it's probably the most vulnerable and human side I've ever seen Dave in this situation at the CrossFit Games ever.
Yeah, he's everywhere. He's talking to everyone. He's
Very
he's not,
accessible.
he is not hiding at all. He's not
No.
moping. He's just present.
Holy shit.
Oh my God.
Stevie, has CC spoke with you on a friend level with everything? No, he has not. Like confiding with someone he is close to and feels something normal. I mean, we've talked, but not. I haven't got like a debrief from him.
Oh my gosh, look at all
You
these
just
birds.
ordered lo mein for the house or what?
He's
got-
too busy. He's working. He has to make sure that fucking there's so many moving pieces.
I had my first interaction with Dave today.
Oh
like,
yes, yeah.
ever.
Tell that story.
So they were like modeling chat or whatever, demonstrating chat, and then the athletes were kind of practicing at the big boxes, and I was standing there, and I yawned, and I like kind of covered my yawn a bit, like halfway through, and Dave turned around and looked at me and goes, "Tired?" And I said, "Yeah, always tired." And then he just goes, "You're not tired." And I was like, "Oh yeah, you're probably way more fucking tired than I am. I shouldn't have said that." I was like, "Yep, I'm not tired. I'm actually feeling great. Sorry, sir."
Like, yeah, pussy.
Did he call you Pedro?
No, man, he has such a fucking cool aura. Like, it's fucking nuts.
Yeah,
He
got
is
that
cool.
about him for sure.
Stevie, can I stand in the media pit with you tomorrow? No. Thank you for asking.
There's probably some wristbands going.
That's right.
I was walking down the hallway and someone goes, "You're short." I didn't even see who it was. I just heard some guy go, "You're shorter than I thought," or "You're littler than I thought," and I yelled, "Fuck you!"
I tried to find that story that I was talking about, but it was a story and it deleted 24 hours ago. Can't find it anymore.
I'm up for it, by the way. Anyone who wants to play that game, I'm up for going to complete fucking war with you. Just completely fucking nuclear. So let's do it. If you want to fuck around and find out, I'm game. I'm game. I've been around a long time. There's nothing new here. Seen all these fucking patterns before, all of this shit before. It's all just a fucking pattern of fucking human behavior and self-righteousness and virtue signaling and processing and self-importance. No one's going to come up with something new. And then you're going to move on to your next thing, which is going to be a job training at some fucking university, some fucking sports team, and live out the rest of your fucking miserable life.
Just start your LinkedIn profile now, dude.
Yeah. Okay.
Your
let's-
resume is going to be 2 fucking lines long.
Thank you for helping me process my emotions. There's like 20 storylines like that. That was just the last one I heard. There's plenty more that will there's plenty more that will come when I get home, and I can tell you more and more. But I can tell you this: I'm having an absolute amazing time. I'm getting tons of great content. The vast majority of everyone that I interact with is more than pleasant to me, loving to me, kind to me. It's just like last year's games to me, in response to how the athletes are responding. I don't even the ones who have like sad stories or cry. It's still cool. Like they're still like it's still. It's a rich life experience that's making me better. This is a very rich life experience that we're all going through, and I'm seizing the day, motherfuckers. Okay. Let's do male top males. Really great competition today. Crowd was great. Crowd was fantastic.
Crowd was good. The people are good. Everybody's super friendly there. The venues looks amazing.
Yeah. Oh, so much. There's so much love there. It's so fucking cool. It's so cool. Brent Fikowski, the beast, 583. Who would have fucking thought? James Sprake, 538. Wow, he really broke away. Fikowski really broke away.
That was crazy. That handstand workout was crazy impressive.
Yeah.
James had struggled on the last 2 events of the 21st and the 17th. Roman Krennikov in 3rd, Dallin Pepper in 4th, Jason Hopper in 5th. Dallin and Jason, only 3 points separate them. Then Patrick Vellner, Jay Crouch. Man, there was a handstand walk event tonight, and it looked like Jay Crouch was going to run away with it, and Fikowski came and got him. Ricky Garrard. There's definitely some things going on with Ricky. Ricky is facing... Let me see how Ricky's last 2 events were. 5th and the 13th. Ricky is dealing with some serious adversity. Oh, you know, it was an amazing moment today. Ruan Podegeiger, his toe is so fucked up because from the run, the shoe somehow impacted his big toe. And you would have loved this, Caleb. I watched them take a hot needle and push it through the nail of his big toe with no antiseptic.
Yeah.
And puncture it through the nail. And I filmed it all. I got it all behind the scenes.
You did?
Puncture. Yeah. The doctors heated up a fucking sterilized needle and pushed it through the fucking his big toenail until the blood spurted out everywhere. Ruan Podegeiger was like holding on for fucking dear life.
Oh, yeah.
I had both cameras running, like I was zooming in on his face, another one with a wide shot. Then I zoomed on the blood. I watched blood spurt everywhere. It was amazing. And then I watched his nail go from completely like black and blue back to skin color again.
Isn't that crazy?
And then this fucking savage from Africa put his fucking socks and shoes back on, went out there and did Chad, and it all came back.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
What a savage. They said it wasn't going to hurt but it did hurt.
Yeah.
The doctor told but it hurt. Can't feel the nail. Oh, he could feel the pressure.
Right.
He could feel the pressure.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was amazing.
I'm jealous.
Let's go up a little higher. Sorry. Jay Crouch, Ricky Garrard also dealing with some significant I'll let him talk about it, or I'll wait till the games are over, but some significant obstacles. Nothing out of the normal, but it's not like, you know, it's not like he found out his girlfriend's cheating on him or anything, but it's tough. Justin Medeiros 9th. Justin, the crowd went crazy for Justin. When Justin won that event, that was pretty beast mode.
There's one really cool thing. I need to watch it back to check if I'm right. But on his last handstand push-up, as he crossed the finish line, his glasses fell off and he caught them before they hit the ground.
Justin?
And he
Yes.
was upside down.
That's funny. I was
Yes.
wondering. I was like, how are those glasses staying on his face?
On
During
the
the
very
handstand
last one,
push-up
they
workout.
fall off, and then when he stands up, he has them in his hand, and he never picked them up off the ground. So the only thing I can think is, while coming down from upside down, they passed his face, and
he
he
just
caught them.
snagged him. What a
That's
savage.
exactly what happened. Chase like made that call too. They like
Actually.
showed a
Oh,
little
did he?
little replay.
How could he caught him with one hand and put his hand
Yeah,
back down?
like,
he just
as-
put it
as he-
yeah. Go ahead.
As he crossed the line to come down, he like lifted one of his hands, caught the glasses, then came onto his feet and hopped onto the mat. And I was like, "Holy shit! Did he just catch those as they fell?"
Is that better than Dan Bailey when he went over the hurdles and his glasses
Hell
came
yeah.
off and caught
Hell
him?
yeah, that's
what I was
better.
thinking.
Justin was inverted, man.
Yeah.
And Dan like fell him off his face and like kind of fumbled, like caught him, right? Like they were in front of him.
Yeah, Justin
I-
fluid motion grabbed him.
I was surprised he was wearing glasses too. Samuel Quant, 11th. Great to see him out there. Travis Mayer had a good. What did he do? How did he do on the clean event? He looked good.
He was
out
in
there.
the final heat, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Is that a
He did pretty
third?
good.
Okay, a third. He's in good spirits. Cole Grayshaber, Saxon Panchik, Chris Ibarra. He looks good out there.
Yeah,
He's
rookie
fun
of the
to
year.
watch.
What did I say? Post average. Called it.
Caleb Clements, great dude. I hung with Caleb a lot today. Kalen Souza, Kali Souza, hung with him a lot today, 356. Henrik Happelainen got an interview with him, 355. Harry Lightfoot, 354. Bjorgvin Carl Gudmundsson. Anola Kai. Anola Kai's in great spirits.
Hey,
Glad he
real
made
quick,
it.
is Susan's English good?
Yeah, great.
Okay, that's
It's fun to
awkward.
talk to. The only weird thing is he has this little boy face on this like fucking like
Beast.
crazy body.
I like weirdly was like, hey, we have the same last name. And then he kind of gave me this weird look, and I was like, I'm Matt Souza. Like, and he was like, oh yeah, Souza. And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna have to get one of those jerseys. And he was just like, yeah.
See,
Hey,
bueno.
So just yeah, he kind of gave me this
Wrong.
weird look, and I was like, fuck, maybe he doesn't speak English.
No, if you start shooting the shit with him, he'll chop it up. He'll
Alright,
chop it up.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
work him tomorrow.
Yeah, he chops it up. All those guys do. All the foreign guys that speak English, they'll chop it up. Like it was so funny today when Bruno Marins and I were telling Anola Kai he should be a stripper. I mean, we were chopping it up. Why can't I find the clean event? Nowhere to be found on YouTube. Get yourself a Caleb and you'll find it. Lindsay McKnight, $1.99. Thank you.
On ESPN.
Anola Kai, Austin Hatfield. I spoke to his parents. Was that today? I spoke to his mom today. Alexander Carone looking strong. Luke Parker, great interview with him. Bruno Marins hung with him a lot today. I spoke to Luke about the mile run and the risks he took there. Cole Sager looking good. Jack Rosama. Brandon Luckett. Ruan Parageiger. Bailey Martin. Kind of surprised to see Bailey down there. And then I guess Pete Ellis, Arthur Semerov, Moritz Feibig, Luka
gone.
Jukic, Guillermo Majeros, Jeffrey Adler, Samuel Cornway. Samuel's in the back. He's being a very positive force.
Yeah, he's with the squad, with the Mayhem squad.
Victor Hoffer. I guess Victor pulled out before the event started.
Yeah, he slipped on water at the warm-up area and pulled his groin, I think.
No, that little spot that
Yeah,
was like the
remember you-
leaking
remember you
hose
pointed
spot.
out
I
sprinkler.
slipped. I didn't
No.
fall, obviously, but I slipped.
Yeah, so
I heard he
was-
had a fractured heel or something.
No, he
going in.
did. He did, but he was able to compete and he was warming up. He had like glandular fever and a fractured stress fracture in his heel or something before the games, but he was able to compete. He was doing the little loop, where they all were in that kind of corral beside the water. And he was kind of running around there. And there's a little trickle that Susan noticed coming out of one of the pipes. And yeah, after the event, I was like, hey, what happened, Victor Hoffer? And the guy said, oh, yeah, he slipped on the water and like went, like Bambi or whatever. And he pulled it. He had a groin injury about 6 or 7 weeks ago, some kind of pull, and he just tore it or it flared up or whatever. So he was like, cool, I can't run.
So
Oh,
Sousa's more athletic than Victor Hoffer.
Yeah.
Sousa's pretty athletic. And then down at the end,
Makes
as we all know, the tragic incident that happened to Lazar Jukic. Will you go back up for 1 second to the very top 10? There's something really amazing going on here. Dallin Pepper and James Sprague, I think, have been with Matt Torres since they were in diapers.
Yeah.
Look at
And
those
I've
profile pictures.
And I've told you
Kindergarten.
guys before contrary to popular belief, that he's the greatest coach that's ever existed in the CrossFit space because he sent Fisa Gaffi, Danielle Brandon,
Emma Carey.
Dallin Pepper, and was it James Sprague? All to the games in 1 year.
Right, yeah.
All 5 from that little tiny fucking shithole Jimmy had. With all completely fucking different personalities. Crazy. And let me tell you, if those two both finish in the top 5, I'm gonna have to start saying that shit again. He's so Courtney Matt Torres is a good coach. I'm gonna have to start saying that shit again. He's the shit. I spent a lot of time with Marconi today. I really enjoyed hanging out with him. I'd always heard he was really cool, but I just thought he was like I actually thought maybe he didn't talk, but he does talk, and we had fun.
Yeah, he is cool.
It was me and him. I hung out with him probably like cumulatively for over an hour today. Jake Marconi from HWPO. And we were hanging out, and he's really good to his athletes, and his athletes really like him a lot. And it was me and him and someone else, and they were asking us some crazy questions.
Can I address this real quick?
Yeah.
Lance, Shane is the GOAT coach. No, T is the GOAT. Shane's her husband.
Oh. There you go.
Wow.
Yep.
Really be like that, huh?
That's all I got to say about that.
Okay.
It's from Forrest Gump. You wouldn't get it. You're from somewhere else.
You're
Sounds like
not
that sounds like
American.
Tyler, to be honest.
Dan Guerrero, great distinction, Souza. Okay, let's cruise over to the ladies before someone says, "Why aren't you doing the ladies?"
Well, you guys couldn't get to that side of the field anyway, right?
Oh yeah, that was amazing. That was crazy. So today there's all this talk from CrossFit about equity, which basically means racism, sexism. Every time I hear that word, it's like, do these people
They're all
know
kind
what
of
that word
associated,
means?
huh?
I mean, you can't have equity without racism and sexism. It's so weird. I wonder if they know what they're saying. It's like, do you mean equality? But then they celebrate just these. I don't want to get into it, but
Hey, dude,
basically, the irony is there's been all of this celebration about women, when it's just like all it's doing is belittling women because no one in the fucking CrossFit space thinks that there's a distinction. We're all just badasses. But then, ironically, today the entire CrossFit media team was stuck, or not CrossFit media team. All the external media was stuck on the wrong side of the stage, so we couldn't get any footage of the women.
Zero.
during
Hey, did we
chat.
talk about
So it was a
the-
50-minute workout, and we couldn't film the women. It was nuts.
Did
I
we
mean,
talk about
I didn't care. It was just ironic. It was just like, I mean, I cared. I wish I could see the women, but if they want media of the women, then you don't put them all on one side. It's so inconsistent. Anyway, go ahead, Souza.
Did we talk about at the press conference before the whole thing started how they talked about that? The equity or equality?
No, but I would like to talk about that on Monday when we get home.
Okay.
Do you want to talk about it now? I think it's better to wait.
I was just going to say they completely diminished everything that CrossFit did, which was the first sport that was birthed where the women's field was almost at times way more exciting than the men, and it had always been dead split even. So I think that they diminished that rather than being the beacon of light, not even discussing it, but doing it through action was the way to do it. And by the way, there's no such thing as equality in life. Zero. Nothing's equal. Nothing's fair.
Well said. Okay, Tia Claire Toomey, dominating 7th first, 4th first, 7th. I mean, she seems human, but dominating. Gabriella Magawa. Very interesting that she's competing. Has anyone talked to her? Has anyone interviewed her?
I spoke to her, but I didn't interview her.
Actually, never mind. We could talk about that on Monday for sure.
Well, good on her. It's good to see her out there. She's crazy impressive.
It's actually really cool as well that in the warm-up area, she's like, obviously Grace Walton is with Kiefer, who's now with Proven.
Mhm.
And in the warm-up area, like heaps of times, I've seen Shane break away from working with Tia and chatting to Grace, Caroline Stanley, Bailey Martin, a few of the others, and I've seen Tia doing the same thing and like saying, "Oh, you should think," or like sometimes I think about this, or you should maybe think about doing this or whatever. So it's just cool that she's approachable for the other athletes in the camp. Kind of.
Who's coaching Gabby?
Ben Smith is down there, but there's a woman with the two of them, and I don't know who she is. But Ben Smith was like, when they were warming up for the clean event, he was telling her what weights to hit and stuff. But there's a woman there also.
What's the woman's name? Do I know her? Is she old
No,
lady or young
I
lady?
never got her name. I'd say like
Middle age?
yeah, like maybe
Early 40s?
yeah.
Is she a
very late
foreigner?
30s,
Is
I'd
she a
say,
is she a
no,
foreigner
she's
like you?
American.
No,
No,
she's American.
She's American. She must be. It must be something to do with.
Has
his gym.
anyone seen Christoph? I haven't seen Christoph.
No, he hasn't been there.
No.
I bet there has to be tension there between
Tension
her and
where?
him, between Laura and her.
No. That's his
Okay.
fucking girlfriend. Unless they broke up. I mean, oh,
I mean, you can have an argument without breaking up.
you don't have an argument
You
with your
can?
girlfriend. Listen, you don't have an argument with your girlfriend at the CrossFit Games unless even if she cheated on you, you don't do it. Yeah, I mean that.
Okay, I'm wrong.
If you look at your girlfriend's phone, listen, if you look at your girlfriend's phone at the CrossFit Games and she's getting railed by your 3 best friends and you bring it up to her there, you're worse than she is.
No.
Yes.
You're assuming that there's a
I
lot
don't
of
bring it up.
You're
dedication
telling me
to
you're
the-
telling me you got to wait 4 days to bring that shit up?
Yeah, I don't bring it up.
Like, do you mean like airtight?
Whatever, one at a time, airtight, whatever you
Airtight.
want. Thank you though for using that term. Listen, you do not bring that up. You do not bring that up. I don't give a I mean, unless she like killed your parents. You do not bring anything up.
I'm just saying what I've observed.
I'm fucking that I guess I'm just morally and superior than anyone who doesn't agree with me. Oh well,
I'm
but
humble,
Taylor,
course.
Sevon, you're a freaking idiot. Yeah, but you put your feelings and yourself before other people, and I don't do that, Taylor. I'm not worried. All I can deal with my shit later. It's not going to change anything for me to confront my girlfriend if I found out she's banging people at the games. It's
Hey,
not.
we're bringing down the whole house. We're burning.
Hey, and I'm not going to feel any better for it. I'm not going to feel any better for it. Sousa, help me out. You're a therapist.
I'm gonna fuck her up, dude. I'm gonna ruin
But
her
you're not gonna feel better for it.
Hey, is it your wife or is
Oh,
it
yeah,
your
I would.
girlfriend? And are you good long term with her? How long have you been with? I mean, there's just so many circumstances. What's the
I agree.
relationship like going into it, right? Like you with your wife, it's like, of course, that is like 100%. But I do think that the potential of a situation could lead to maybe that the other partner would actually use that against them.
Why would you bring it up? Why would you bring it up? Why would you bring it up? To hurt them, right? Because you're
Correct.
hurt and to hurt them. Okay.
And
well, I
not
don't
even
do-
because you're hurt, or maybe you just want to like, yeah, because you're hurt, or maybe you intentionally want to bring them down in the same way. I feel like this. So like, yeah, because you're hurt. I feel like this and you need to too. I'm not going to protect you from it. So that way you could go on and succeed.
She made the decision. She
But
needs to own that consequence.
it depends on the commitment to the relationship, the commitment to the person, and
Commitment to the
Yeah.
sacrifice, some would say.
Listen. You
Mm.
can destroy her anytime you want. That's not the place to do it.
and especially if their livelihood is
destroy
on
her
it, something
anymore.
that's like a big
Okay. Well,
factor.
this is one caveat. Mike Poolboy, you could bring it up. You could bring it up so you can then break up in the moment and bang someone else. That's fair.
That's where the metaphor kind of gets out of hand, isn't it?
Yeah, but I mean, it's. I don't know if it's. Yeah, but I don't even know if it was a metaphor. But yeah.
Been waiting for the perfect time.
Yeah,
That-
but dude, listen to this. This is it right here. Yeah, because she doesn't give a fuck about you, so why should you care? Holy shit, dude! Read what you just wrote.
Why should you care about her feelings? You should just bring it up and just
Because you
Fuck
are
her
who
up.
you are, regardless of what other people do.
100%.
I
Otherwise,
am who
you end
I
up nothing.
fucking am.
Yeah.
I don't love my wife because my wife loves me. She barely does.
There you go. It's like holding the door open for somebody and then staring at them and then they don't say thank you and then you get really fucking pissed off about it. It's like, no, you
Fuck
just held
me
the
too,
door open
right?
because that's who you are, the person. Yeah.
Hey,
exactly.
Yeah, I am who I am. It's like I'm not. I hope that I try not to let other people's dumb shit or even positive shit change who I am. The chat wants to know, where is Ellie Turner?
I've seen
I
her
don't know.
multiple times. She's there.
Oh,
No
yeah.
shit.
Yeah. She ran a workout today with Mal and Maddie Rogers for Rain at that Goa gym.
Where do you
Westwood.
go that there are workouts?
Westwood, not on site. Westwood. Well, there are affiliate workouts on site, I think. But the Westwood gym that Goa had run, they did an event. But yeah, I've seen her in the stand. I've seen her like walking around, like she's there supporting Justin.
Well, that's cool. I
That
don't
is-
see.
that is
I
cool.
don't see anyone unless you're on the floor.
She's not down in the warm up area and stuff, so that's probably why you
Yeah.
don't see her.
This
Oh,
doesn't
corny.
even make sense. You're full of shit, Sevi. You spent the whole podcast judging the virtue signalers. That has nothing to do with. That has nothing to do with anything.
No commitment, no relationship from them.
Yeah. What the fuck are you conflating? And listen, she's the. Yeah, you're out of your fucking mind.
Where? Oh, what is that? I
I
don't
don't
even
know.
I don't even know what that means.
Dick Butter, Sevi, I like this podcast. I hope it takes off for you one day. Where's Taylor at? Give him a mic and bring him on. He's scared.
There's
He just
two
likes to
more
sit in
here.
the comments
He's more
and
than
fucking
welcome.
slow shit
He,
people.
he's totally scared. Here's what happened. Taylor and I had a
I'm
call
just
before
baiting him.
the podcast, and Taylor was like, "Hey, dude, listen, I've had some really rough times in my life, and I didn't like people judging me." And so he's reflecting. He's vacillating between he's like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Right now he's Dr. Right.
Uh-oh.
Right now
End
he's
live,
Dr.
end
Jekyll.
live, end live.
Here comes Jekyll.
Listen,
We gotta get a
Oh,
wider
okay.
camera angle to get him in here, though.
Okay.
No, I'm not sitting.
She's getting comfortable slinging shit in the comments.
Hold on.
Hey,
hiding behind
you
the
did
people.
really
I'm
good
good.
today with the pep talk you gave me, Taylor. I don't.
No,
need-
I didn't. No, I didn't. You fucked it all up. I've been listening to you, dude. Everything we talked about, you threw it out the window. And
That's
let me
not
just tell you
true.
this.
That's not
If
true.
your girlfriend was fucking someone else at the games and you caught her, you wouldn't bring it up?
No,
You're fucking lying. You'd cry.
I would
She'd be
cry,
like, what
but
do you cry? You'd be like, what are you? She'd be like, what are you crying about? You'd be like, "Oh, you're a pussy. It's not mine anymore.
no, no,
Guess
that's
what? It
not
never
true.
was yours.
I would cry, but I would fucking run into the bathroom.
Yeah. what
Listen,
if it
I'm
was
not-
your- yeah. Whatever.
Oh, so when he said I'm not
Just-
sitting down, he meant I'm lying down.
Welcome to therapy with Taylor Self.
And how did that make you
Let's
feel?
go to Taylor. You're no
Wonderful.
therapist. Okay, let's look. Did we look at the women yet? Let's go back to the
I'm a
women. Thank
social
you.
work
Kinda.
major.
We were about halfway down.
Oh
the
yeah,
top five.
we were talking about Gabby McGawa. Okay, so we don't know what's going on with Gabby McGawa. Someone's presenting that. Sorry, Caleb, you're behind the dick pump.
That's fine. I need it anyway.
Dick pump. Dick pump.
Gabby
Tiny- tiny
McGawa.
dick gang.
She does seem a little solo there. That if Shane's taking her under his wing, that's cool. Emily Rolfe, third place. Wow, Emily, go fucking Emily. She looks great.
Yeah, she's
Bethany,
crushing it. She did really
Beth-
well in chat.
did she win it?
Yeah, didn't she?
Yeah, she did. Yeah, she did.
And she's a Gorok athlete, so that's cool.
And she
She's
looks
been a
great.
Gorok
doing it.
athlete for a long time. Looks
Taylor,
like-
are you addicted to the podcast?
I'm addicted to the comment section. I'm addicted to all sorts of nasty shit, dude.
He likes the toxicity.
Oh, yeah, I did see that.
See what?
I did see what Taylor was talking about earlier. I made a screenshot of that. I'm gonna keep track of that.
What did you screenshot?
Oh, that's the
Someone-
one Castro fired.
Someone made a post that that I didn't like. Oh, thanks, Pedro. for saying
About
that.
Dave being fired?
Yeah,
Was that the one that was sent to our group chat?
Yeah.
yeah. It just
I
says
battled it out with that guy for like 2 hours.
yeah.
Oh, you only sent one message in response. It looked like it was pretty dead in the water.
No, trust me, it went on forever.
Casper Brandy, thanks Taylor. Your energy is hype as fuck. Please send it to me. Bethany Flores fourth. Haley Adams fifth. Haley looks great, man.
Mm.
Haley looks incredible.
Yeah, Haley looks like a fucking.
She got
beast, dude.
mobbed by those fans when she got out of that room. That's crazy.
Who knew
Oh,
she
yeah.
actually had boobs?
What?
Wait, what'd you say, Caleb? What'd you say?
Jesus Christ.
No,
Caleb,
when
your,
Caleb
your voice isn't hidden behind that exercise.
yeah, Caleb, your inside thoughts came out on the
We were
outside.
all thinking it, and he
Sorry.
said it.
Where is
bad.
Chris Barra? What position is Chris Barra in? Is Amy Kringle
Ninth.
higher in 6th?
19,
Ivar's in 15th.
15.
Yeah, so Amy
Just where I
Kringle's rookie
predicted
of the
him to
year, is
be.
she?
Hey,
She's a-
listen,
she's a rookie?
I'm gonna say something
Yeah.
that's kind of crazy.
Oh, really?
You ready?
Caleb's
I've
not
talked
gonna
to
be-
5 people that have interviewed Amy Kringle, and they've told me it's hard as fuck. I spoke to her today.
The interview, or while you're talking to her?
Just interview. I spoke to her today, and it was
she
fucking
speak
the
fast?
easy. It was the easiest flowing conversation I've had with as easy as I've had with any athlete.
That's why I
Chills.
asked if it was a conversation or blood flow change.
Blood
It was
flow.
hard.
You following?
No, but she's cool. I like her. And she's easy to talk to. I can't wait to have her on the podcast. Isle of Man. I don't know. For those of you who listen to the podcast a long time, like 2 or 3 years ago, I wanted to get her on, and for some reason I couldn't.
Other people in the comments got my joke.
Paige Semenza, good. I'm sure I missed
got
half the
it.
jokes. Sevon's been trying to spot you unsuccessfully so far. Oh, okay. I'm walking around. I'm the little guy with 2 cameras.
Look
Paige
down.
Semenza looking strong.
Whoa,
Gracie Walton flipped me off today. That was fun.
Wait, what?
She's really cool.
She's really
Did you guys
cool.
read all that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, you know what's crazy about her? She doubles in size when she's working out.
Yeah, she's hench as fuck.
Yeah, she gets just fucking jacked when she like if she's just walking around, you can't tell. Then she works out, she gets all blown up. Yeah, she was taking a nap on the couch. She had a hat pulled over her eyes, and her boyfriend was petting her leg. And I came over and started filming it. And then he whispered, I don't know what he whispered, but I think he whispered, "Sevon's filming you." And then she didn't even miss a beat. She just had the hat over her eye, and she goes, with her eyes closed. Yeah, it was awesome. And I had heard she's like that. I loved it.
She's the coolest thing about her is she has zero filter. So she doesn't pretend, she doesn't say, "Oh no, I better not say that." She just says it like knee jerk. Everything is an immediate reaction. It's really entertaining. She's cool.
Yeah, I
that's
like
cool.
her. I want to have her on a bunch. I found she'll be my new Danielle Brandon. I found Sevon from oh, you know who I met today who's fucking cool too? Georgia Pryor.
Hmm.
Have you met her?
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah.
she looks cool.
Yeah, she
Yeah,
looks
she's
really, and she looks
very
even
attractive.
cooler in person. Yeah,
Is
she's
that
a
what you mean
fucking-
when you say she looks cool?
Yes.
That's part of it.
No way, dude.
I found Sevon from Hiller and Taylor from Sevon. All right. Thank you.
Look at that centipede train.
Okay,
Yeah, I was at the front. Shit was coming out of my butt.
Brooke Wells, looking good. She seems like she's in great spirits. Oh, is that who Jake Marconi is coaching?
I know we do.
That's
Coaching
why I was hanging-
or
Who's
Watch him
coaching Brooke Wells?
diligently.
JR?
He must be coaching her.
Will Morad has her coach's pass.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Will
So I
Branson?
hung-
Somebody brought Peter a bun. Nice, but eat it, eat it, pussy.
Fuck's sake.
Holy shit.
I was like, oh yeah, just a burger, and he comes over with the bun and fries and nothing else.
Oh my goodness.
J.R. Howell coaches Brooke Wells.
I
part
think it
of
was. I think it was.
JRPO.
I think it was. Jesus, thank you, Caleb.
JRPO. Hey.
Thanks, dude.
So Brooke Wells was down there a lot. So Brooke Wells was down there a lot today. That was cool. We had a good time. She was there with Jake Marconi. I got to chat with her a lot. I didn't think I'd be doing any filming with her, but ended up doing a little filming with her. Will Moore, I was there. Will's cool as shit. Madeline Sturt, got to talk to her. She's doing great. Her and Jay seem like they're pulling it off together. Jay said that they kind of keep their shit separate, but looked like it was pretty together to me. Alexis Raptis, good spirits. Spoke to her coach, Adam Rogers. I said hi to Danielle. She said hi to me. Gazan seems lovely, but not herself, right?
Distracted. Yeah.
Yeah.
No shit.
Exactly. And understandably so, but still great. Like always engaging, smiley, but just she seems like someone who's been through the emotional ringer, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
there's a few people commenting, "Oh, I want to do JR's programming." If you go to whatbrooksdoing.com, you can find it there.
I have not talked to Abigail Domit much, which I should. I don't know why I haven't. Emma Lawson, haven't talked to her at all. Dude, Claudia Gluck is impressive.
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit, she's impressive.
JR's yelling something. Can't hear you, JR.
He just yelled, "I hate you, Peter." From
Oh.
the other room.
Hattie Canyu in the house. Linda Kiesman there. Caroline Stanley there. Sahara Kai there. Sahara Kai is cool looking.
She's the
Chloe
one with
Good-
the hair, with like the yellow braided hair.
No, that's
Is that Chloe?
Hey. No, that's not Chloe.
oh fuck, the name's
Hattie
gone out of my
Canyon?
head.
No. Her hair looks
Alright.
like she dyed it black.
Go down further. Keep going.
Like-
Whoa.
No.
Julia Cato, I think.
Yeah.
Oh,
She
yeah.
got the weird
Julie
hair.
Cato.
That's the
Yeah.
girl with
Yeah.
the green on top of her
You're
head.
right.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, you're right. You're right.
Oh, that girl sat out a minute. She sacrificed a minute and she still made it. Good on you, Julia. That's
Yep.
Hey,
cool.
that Chloe Govan David one sacrificed a minute and bet like 5 people at the work.
Yeah. Then she Chloe. She did the minute of sacrifice and she ended up beating like 5 people on that field in that heat.
And she didn't
No
ask for it
shit.
back.
Yeah, she like caught him, beat him, and yeah, it's crazy.
Fuck.
What workout was that?
It was the deadlift GHD
Deadlift
rope
rope
climb.
climb. And she never asked for a minute back either.
What place
She
did
did.
she take?
I can't
She
remember.
was like 5th in her heat, I think. I don't know overall.
God, what a joke it'll be if they give everyone that back and it moves the leaderboard all around.
There's no way they can.
Do you think they give that minute back?
No.
No.
Yes,
No, they can't
yes,
because not
yes,
everybody did it.
Dude, there's no way they're gonna give the minute back.
It doesn't
Yes,
make
they
sense.
are. Dude,
No way.
Pull
I'll
up,
riot.
pull up.
they're gonna
fucking
say
riot.
Oh,
Dave
David,
just
day in
posted
review
his
as
day in
well.
review.
Okay, let's finish here. Shelby Neal's in the house. She looks great. Daisy McDonald's look great. And by great, I just mean they just look like that. They look like normal people. They don't look work. They're working hard. They're easy to approach. I haven't talked to Sung Young Choi. Kyra Milligan had a great lifting event. I've seen Kiefer around there. Kiefer seems, even though he's usually really quiet, he seems a little quieter than normal.
He's really close with Luca. And he's
Oh, he was?
Yeah, I gathered that he, among another couple of people, spent like the whole of Friday with Luca, which has to be pretty harrowing.
Wow. Okay. Andrea, yeah, that's wild. Okay.
Yeah.
And Andrea Pinheiro, I haven't talked to her, but I tried to like smile at her and talk to her coach and be cool. Emma McQuaid, I interviewed her today. Was that with
Cool.
you, Peter? I piggybacked
Yeah, I
on
was
your
there.
interview?
Yeah. Oh my God, he called me Peter. That's never happened before. That shook me to my core.
Timestamp it at 1:22:19.
Georgia
Yeah,
Pryor,
I
we
was-
talked about how wonderful she is. Ariel Lowen, I did not see Ariel today. I think at
No,
can't
we saw her.
we did
We saw
okay.
her.
She did not look like herself.
No.
She did not look like herself at all when I saw her. I looked into her eyes and I was like, "Oh, that's not the Ariel I know. Something is different."
Yeah, when I spoke with her, she just said like she's like I've like tried and I just cannot get my head in it. Like she's just like I'm just like
Yeah.
she's like I'm not. She's like I'm here physically. I'm just not here mentally.
Fair-
like in
fair enough.
competition mode.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I fucking get that.
Yeah.
And good on her for giving it a whirl. Julia Cato, 30th. Lexi Neely, Jacqueline Dahlstrom, Gemma Rader, fucking beam of light, positive. Enjoyed all my interactions with her. Emma Tall, gone. We did see Emma walking by a Starbucks that we were sitting in, and she looked like she had seen a ghost, right?
Hmm.
She was noticeably, it looked like she was out with her boyfriend walking around and or her husband, and
Go over the other way, Caleb. Sorry. Okay, so back up a tiny bit. So Ariel Lowen withdrew. So then that means that this hasn't updated, obviously. So Jacqueline
Lexi
Dahlstrom
Neely's going
withdrew.
in.
Ariel Lowen withdrew. So Lexi Neely qualifies, but Gemma Rader doesn't. Unless someone else withdraws, I guess.
someone else will withdraw tomorrow. Everyone's looking for an excuse. Emma Tall, Dwan Young, Danny Spiegel. Danny Spiegel's out too. I didn't see her today.
Yeah, she's out.
Yeah, I saw her too.
You saw her today?
Me and Danny are like buds now.
No.
That sucks. She dropped
That's the
out.
way
and
the
didn't
cookie
do
crumbles.
That sucks. She didn't do
can't
the
steal
clean
it.
event.
Whoa.
You can't steal my joke.
That sucks.
Um,
She didn't do the clean event.
Yeah, and she was actually when I spoke to her about it. Bye, Sevan.
Okay.
Where'd he
happened?
go?
when
Steak
you spoke
arrived.
to her about it.
Oh,
Here he is. Yeah, I talked to her briefly after the chat event while she was in the ice barrel, and she was like visibly in pain as she was like getting into the barrel and stuff. I was like, "Did that just completely smoke your legs?" And she goes, "No, I've been dealing with this knee thing for like a really long time." And I was
After
just
what
like,
event? After Chad?
Chad, and she goes, "I've been
Oh.
dealing with a knee thing for a really long time," and she's like, "It had flared up pretty bad on Friday," and she's like, "It's just like terrible right now."
good
Is that
old
why she
chronic
pulled out?
inflammation.
Is that why she pulled out?
I don't know the reason why she pulled out, but
Okay, so
she
we
was dealing
shouldn't.
with that.
Okay, so we shouldn't jump to any conclusions why she pulled out.
Well, she didn't reference that in the story she put up.
Oh shit.
Oh, she didn't?
She said it was
No.
because she just basically same as Ariel. Can't get my head in it. Don't want to continue.
And her and Ariel were basically together like the whole time.
Yeah.
Wait, what? Where is that? I want to read that. She referenced Ariel.
On her story.
I don't know if she referenced Ariel.
No, she didn't reference Ariel. We just like saw that they were spending time together, and then both. came
Oh,
out.
Daniel said she tripped over her rower recently and slammed her knee.
Yeah, she's doing burpees over rower last week, but I don't think that
Okay,
was the knee
I'm
issue.
I'm not gonna go to her story. I'm just gonna report that she's out because of injury. Karen Frioba pulled out Laura Horvath, Alyssa Fuliano, Victoria Campos. Okay. What equipment are the athletes being measured for tomorrow? I don't know, but it's
Exercisers.
They told the athletes that even if you're not continuing, you should come get measured for it.
No, they did not.
They did.
Yeah, they-
Oh,
yeah, they
it's
did.
definitely cock pumps.
No, it's like a jump rope or something.
Do you think? Do you think that's in case more people drop out?
I'm getting an erection just
No,
thinking of
no.
that.
I just think that they want to make sure that people get their gifts.
Is that
Really? Let me
weird?
see.
Do you ever get an erection in a house full of dudes?
All the time.
It's uncomfortable
Yeah.
because you like want to pretend like you're not, but you know that you are. I have a boner right now, Peter.
Listen,
covering it
Taylor,
up.
There's a reason I haven't stood up for the last 25 minutes.
Oh man.
When Sousa gave his little emotional thinking versus conscious thinking talk.
Yeah,
Hey.
oh, you just got fucking emotionally
my
bonered.
blood went.
Hey, Taylor, I got a question for you.
What's up?
You're dating this chick.
No, here we go. It's gonna be good.
Am I
Pay
gonna get a
attention,
boner?
pay attention, buddy. Pay attention.
I got to cover up my laptop bag. What's up?
Pay attention to this one.
Okay.
This is a true story, but it's not about you. But let's pretend like it's you. It's someone that
Okay.
you're in the room with. Okay.
Oh boy.
Okay. Go, just go.
I like the buildup.
And so he's been dating this girl for 10 years. He's the fucking happiest dude fucking ever. He loves her to death. The sex is great. She's got great parents.
That's not you then.
They're hanging out all the time. Life is fucking great. Right?
Right.
Trust is at an all-time level. And he finds out that she's been cheating on him for fucking 9 years.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, I'd fucking kill her. I'd fucking kill her.
Now listen.
Murder,
but
and
the-
then I'd kill myself.
But the truth is you were in love with a girl and everything was perfect.
No,
But now for some reason
that's not the truth.
Sounds like she's perfect at your WWE.
you were,
analogy.
you were living the truth with her. It was your truth. You liked everything about her.
Hey, the truth is she was fucking someone else. That's the
Yeah.
truth.
Yeah, but you loved her for that.
That's my truth. No, I didn't love her for that. I love her for the lie that she told me about
No,
not fucking
but
someone else.
nothing's changed but the story.
No, everything changed. Her
No.
honesty changed.
You know what's crazy? This
That's
is like
just
exactly
the story. That's
What do you
just
mean?
the story.
What
Like,
is it? All right, so it's not real life. Okay, then it has no context in real life because in real life they would be a liar and they
no,
would be fucking someone else, and that pussy
it's just
would be
the
mangled
story
by
you're
another
telling
dude.
yourself. You're just telling
No.
yourself that shit. Okay.
What are you talking about? If she's cheating on another guy, is she not fucking his dick?
But everything else was perfect.
Okay, but now that I know that shit has been hit,
Yeah. So
by
now you've
another
changed your
thing.
story in your head that she's fucking another dude, and for some reason you
No,
don't
but
like.
that's
the
not a
story. It's
story.
not-
in
Hey,
my- that's
hold
not a
on.
story in
You
my head,
guys,
'cause
you
she
guys,
is.
you guys, this is literally the premise to like 99% of every single rom-com. I went back to my hometown. I found this guy. I lied about the life I was living. Then he found out, but I was really in love with him. The story changed. He got upset. Now we're back apart. Now the story's climaxing. I got to win her back. It's literally
What
the
fucking
premise
movie
to
are you watching
every
that someone
single.
cheated
Yeah,
on someone
that's
for
Not
9
just-
the
years?
that's-
cheating,
that's
you
just-
motherfucker.
Okay, well,
It's I'm
that's what-
talking about. That's the premise
Well,
of it.
we're
That's the whole
talking.
thing.
We're talking about the cheating, and Sevon can't get over the fact that if a girl cheats on you, you don't fucking take her back, dude. That is an unforgivable sin. Stop.
Guys, it was Tyler. Look how depressed he is over there in the chair.
Okay. Well, maybe
Sevon.
We'll circle back to it.
What if you walked in on
Is
your
that
wife?
not the devil?
What,
Do
what
we
if
not
you
always
walked?
criticize people for being cooks? Is that not the devil?
Hey,
if you
listen,
cook- what if
listen,
you- what if-
listen,
yeah, you
listen,
call
Taylor.
people cooks all
Taylor,
the
let me ask
time.
you this. Let me ask you this. So, what if right as you're about to kill her, she goes, "I'm just joking. I hadn't been cheating on you for 10 years," and now everything's you're like, "Oh shit, I love you again," and you put the knife down.
JK,
Okay.
LOL.
Stop.
It's all in your head, dude. It's all
No.
just the story you're telling yourself. dude.
That's that. Oh, so every experience in life is just in your head. It's all just this. It's all just this made up reality, just like gender and just like your identity. It's all this made up, non-existent thing. We don't have biological males. We don't have biological females.
Well, that's
you can
different
be
'cause
whatever
there's-
you
there's
want.
biology
Okay.
involved.
No,
But
it's
it-
just
okay.
all- no, it's
Okay.
just-
Okay,
it
Taylor,
is just
let
in
me
your
use
head,
something
Pat.
that's not so emotionally charged. Let me use something that's not so emotionally charged.
No,
you buy,
it
you buy,
applies.
you here, something that's not so emotionally charged. You buy these fucking pair
Hurting
of
your
fucking Gucci pants, Taylor,
Yeah.
and they're $2,700.
Yep.
And every time you put them on, you think you're cool as shit,
I know I'm cool as shit.
and you love these pants. And then 2 years in, they get a tear in them,
Oh no.
Shitty ass
you
Gucci.
and you take them to the seamstress, and she says to you, "Those aren't real Gucci pants."
And I'm good. I'm like, well, fuck. I just wasted $2,700.
So
But
are
at least
those?
some dude's
Wait,
not
but
fucking my wife's
listen.
pussy out.
Are those last 2 years of experience just a complete waste because you
No.
thought you were wearing Gucci?
That-
Okay,
a
well then I
different pair of
fucking
jeans,
win,
a different
and you're a
pair of
complete
jeans.
retard.
No, you
Then I
don't
fucking
win.
win, and you're a fucking retard.
You don't win.
Oh,
you do not win.
I'm
love
not in
how-
an open marriage. Listen, God, you're like a fucking snail. This has nothing. Listen,
my wife.
listen, dude. This for anyone like if you're listening to this conversation and you think this has to do with women or marriage or cheating or genes, you're a retard. You're not following the conversation.
Yes,
you're
that's your
you're-
subjective truth, Sevon. And my truth is, if another guy's fucking my wife, it's not in my head. He's actually fucking her.
No, the wife doesn't exist now. We're talking.
Hey,
about
what if
genes.
it? Well,
No,
Oh,
I'm not
hey,
saying
that's
he's
your
not. I'm not
subjective truth.
saying
Okay,
he's not
okay.
fucking your wife. What I'm saying is you're not being true to yourself because you were
No, that's
fucking.
not what you're saying.
You're
I'm
not being true to
myself.
yourself. I'm not saying he's not really fucking your wife. I'm saying you're not being true to yourself because you love this fucking bitch,
Yeah, and you know why I love
regardless
her?
of
You know
whether
why?
he was fucking. She was
No,
fucking your
no,
fucking.
here's the deal, Sevon. This is
Okay.
what you're missing. I
Okay,
loved her because I was also living off the presumption that she was being faithful to me. That's a very important part of a relationship and a marriage. And as soon as that was taken away, all of a sudden, nothing was true. I wasn't true to myself. I'm angry at myself because for the last 10 years, she's been riding that other dick.
So you're all your
She
relationship.
hasn't been faithful, bro.
So-
Does Lizzie watch this show?
I
Or?
fucking hope to God she's not watching this
Do you,
episode.
listen, do you want your wife to be happy with your wee willy winky, or do you want her to be satisfied?
No, it has nothing to do with her being happy. It has to do with you. It has to do with you being happy.
Exerciser, bro.
It
That's
has
why
to
I
do
got
with
the
you being
exerciser.
happy.
No,
It has to
stop.
do with
You're
you being
wrong.
happy.
You're wrong, bro. If it's jeans, you're right. If it's your wife fucking someone else, you're wrong. Wrong.
Okay, I understand.
Wee willy
Do you understand?
Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, we will be back in 2 seconds. No, that's not true. We
I'm
will
gonna
be
make a
back.
wee willy winky T-shirt.
Is this which one haven't we shown? Which one have we shown? Pedro? Look, God, there's so many.
yeah. There's a two new ones, I think, or one new one.
I'll show
and
this.
Two
I'll show
from
this one.
Two from Pedro.
Okay, I'll show this one instead. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Athletes focus on toning and increasing the strength of every muscle in their body, but many times they neglect an important part, their penis. Exerciser is designed to assist men that want to add penile health and fitness into their overall exercise routines. The Exerciser is the world's first and most powerful FDA-regulated hydropenis pump, which can increase penis size, improve stamina, boost blood flow, and promote overall penile health. Try it for 60 days, and if you don't love it, return it for a full refund. Use code CrossFit20 for a 20% discount.
I wonder if we can. I wonder if
I got wood.
hey, are we allowed to use CrossFit code 20 as the code for it? I guess
why not?
It's lowercase f, so it's fine.
Yeah, why not?
That's
I'm
right.
just
I-
concerned we're
IP
going to
theft.
hear from one of their attorneys or something.
They probably got bigger fish to fry down there.
I was upset because my mic wasn't down and I had that piece of wood and I said I got wood.
I heard
Oh,
it.
we heard you. Don't worry,
Oh, okay. There just was no
Yeah,
reaction.
nobody
So I thought my mic wasn't on.
dude. You're out of your mind, Anthony. If this has anything to do with ethics, this has like.
Oh, they're missing the point completely.
I know this conversation. I should have used a different example.
You should have
See,
used a different
so
example.
that
'cause I understood
example
what
is
you're saying.
so emotionally charged that
Yeah.
no one
Yeah.
can even like get through it. I should have used a different one.
Hey, you know what it did?
But you know what I think?
It lowered his conscious of thought.
I think, but I think Taylor got it
Talking about
because I think Taylor actually got it at the end because he said, "Yeah, like I under like, dude, don't get me wrong. No one wants anyone fucking their wife. I just used it because it's a really fucking potent example." No, Taylor's not in timeout. He's probably eating a steak.
He's literally eating a burger, his second burger. Dave's Week in Review is up if you want to watch that.
Fuck.
Using the other example was the jeans. It's the same example. It's just like, hey man, like on you have to be able to distinguish your experience from just the fucking what you're telling yourself about your experience. I'm not even speaking in metaphors. I'm just trying to give real world examples that we all live.
And it actually, when Taylor was like, it is all story, it actually is all story. Like, think of all of the stuff that we do isn't a function of nature, majority of it. It's a function of like society stories and things that we have to operate around.
Hey, David went, the pants don't have an obligation. Here's the thing. That's made up too. That's out of your control. The pants do have an obligation. It's a contract you have when you buy it through the consumer, blah, 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 just like your marriage or is a contract in a business. It's like you can go down all those nuances.
Savan, you've made Taylor start eating his feelings.
Oh, God.
His second burger and fries.
He's
Hey,
smiling.
and listen, I'm not saying like, let me tell you something. If I found out my wife was cheating on me and I didn't have kids, I'd fucking kill myself. So Taylor's a greater man than I am because he'd kill the guy. But I'm just telling you, like,
No, he said he's going to kill her.
Oh,
And
yeah,
then-
oh, so we're both pussies. But I'm just telling you, I'm just using it as an example.
Hey,
I'm
you
not
know what
saying-
else?
Yeah.
I love this analogy of that, like things that are new. Like if you think about a newborn baby and stuff,
Yeah.
or like a toddler, they're super malleable, right? Like they could fall down and like their bones won't break as easily and stuff like
Yeah.
that because they're growing. But
Gumby.
the second you, yes, but the second you become rigid and brittle, or rigid and stiff, you become brittle. You break super easily.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the same thing goes with what's in between the ears.
Oh, okay.
The more
I like
rigid you become in your thought and your opinions without allowing it to be somewhat more malleable, the older
Yeah.
you're getting and the more brittle you're getting and the more likely you are to break.
that. What's Tyler doing? That was good. Very good example. That metaphor hits too close to home for some. Yeah, I know. I should have started with something like a piece of candy or something. Okay, let's watch Dave's weekend review.
It's only 90 seconds, I think.
When the
good.
comment just says no. No.
Okay, here we had a penis pump commercial. Now we're gonna have a CrossFit Games commercial. By the way, once again, coming live every fucking day, just like he said he was, communicating with fucking CrossFit, communicating with the fucking community. Like, here we go. Love you, Dave.
Okay, quick day in review.
Oh, let
First
me
of
see that
all-
again.
Wait,
Quick
where's he
day in
at?
review. I don't know, but I liked how it looks like he just ate a steak. But I liked how when his eyebrows went up, like Jesus Christ, I can't believe I'm having to do this. Watch this.
Okay, quick day in review. First of all,
Hey, by the way, one more pause. I hung out with Zach T-Lander today. T-Lander.
Talander? Yeah.
Yeah, and I enjoyed it a lot.
Mhm.
I like the music version of Zach T-Lander a lot.
He looked lean, right? He looked good.
Yeah, he looked great.
Yeah, he looked good.
Yeah, long. His hair's getting long. He looks great.
Mhm.
Okay.
continue to
action.
keep Luca and his family in our minds and in our prayers. Send a lot of love to them and the family, to him and the family, and to all the family back in their home country. We finished a full day of competition today, and we did Chad, clean ladder, and a handstand push-up workout. And then tomorrow we have a final day of competition.
Is he moving? What is he on?
I think he's
Oh,
just
It's like
bouncing on his
rocking
hair.
back and forth.
Or he's
Oh,
on an
okay.
air, or no, he's on a private jet flying to Barbados.
I would assume to train.
Oh yeah, and you can hear the plates and shit clanking in the background.
Yeah.
The waiters and waitresses. Okay.
I don't have much to say right now. It's hard to say anything, really, when this is going on for that family. And this happened at our event. So it's hard for all parties involved. But I will keep doing this, and I will keep talking to the community. I'll do another one tomorrow, and it might be short, and then I'll do my weekend review Monday. Keep the family in your thoughts and prayers. Thank you.
Man, he looks shook.
He did that on a different recording device than usual.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Like his phone or
exhausted.
something.
He's
Yeah.
exhausted. Hey, that was better than yesterday's. He's emotionally fucking drained. Hey, you know what's crazy too? He spends all day listening to people. He's just walking around listening to the athletes, letting the athletes talk at him.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder how many people say, Dave, how are you doing? There's some for sure. There's some for sure. I don't know if he looks sad, but he's worked.
Yeah, he's
Just exhausted.
Oh yeah, his heart is broken for sure.
I talked to Grace and she was like, "How is everything?" And I was like, "Good." And I was like, when I saw Dave, he was super nice to me. She's like, "Oh no, I'm worried about him."
No eye contact equals lies. No, not at all.
No, I
He's-
think
you know
I
what
think
he's
he was
doing.
recording on something different than
There's
normal.
no fucking eyes to look at.
Hey,
First of all.
he yeah, I hate looking into the camera too. He is being he didn't want to, I don't know this for a fact, but he didn't want to do what he did last night. Last night his memory was, he was like,
Yeah.
and now he fucking was like closing his eyes and looking and making sure like these are the 3 workouts. We have workouts tomorrow. Do you think he'll resign? I don't know if that's the right word, but at some point if people start treating him like shit, I don't know. I mean, he's got a fucking really good life. He has 2 beautiful daughters and a fucking amazing wife and a fucking fat ranch in California. So, and I have to assume there would be a fucking million companies that would scoop his ass up. The fucking dude can get shit done.
His olive oil bottling productivity would double.
He could stick stickers on bottles more.
Yeah.
The Dave Castro, Matthew Souza, and Pedro are all Hispanic. Yes.
See,
Hey, does anyone meet you and trip that you're not Hispanic, Pedro?
No, but nobody. I've met a lot of people. I've had a lot of people say hi, and nobody has called me anything about Pedro.
Oh,
And it's at
here
the
at the
point-
event.
We were out
Imagine you get on YouTube and some other YouTube station changes your name for you.
we went for barbecue one of the days, and we were leaving, and there was a guy. They were like shouting out. They were like, "Order for Pedro," and I genuinely stopped. And even though I just eaten, I stopped and turned around. I was like, "Oh, someone must have ordered me something." I don't even fucking answer my own name anymore.
oh my gosh.
Does your wife ever call you Pedro?
No.
This guy is agonizing over what happened and is still turning up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, hey, you want to talk about sacrifice? He basically just fucking got on the air and showed us his pain and got off as quickly as he could.
Yeah. He's been doing it the whole
There-
time.
He sacrificed a little piece of his fucking serenity for that. Oh my God, dude, listen, I don't even want to get into that yet, but it will be a cascade of fucking wild shit and super fucking highly viewed YouTube shows on my podcast if he quits. It will be a massive gut punch. It will be insane. Listen, and this is going to sound horrible. I'll wait till Monday to say it.
Hey, do you want to hear something funny real quick? It's going to take just a
Please.
slight detour off the topic altogether. We here at the Sevon podcast have a decision to make about the intellectual property of our logo and its use on other people's stations.
What?
Okay. So last night I was looking through stuff and I got like a Google alert about the Sevon podcast. And then I clicked it and there's another channel called the Sevon Podcast Live with our logo. And I was like, wait a minute. And I clicked it and it's some random gamers channel that has nothing to do with anything, but took the logo and used it on his YouTube channel.
Is his name Sevon?
No, I don't even think his name is Sevon.
How many followers does he have? Is he good at
I
gaming?
know Caleb's on it right now. I know he's like,
Oh,
I
shit,
know
hang
he's
on.
searching it.
The channel's obviously getting a lot of attention. He just Googled what's getting or searched popular channels, took the name, so hoping that people would search the
Possibly.
Savan podcast.
It's some
and wind
fucking
up on his
Indian
channel.
kid.
Yes, you found it. It was an Indian.
Yeah.
That's right. I couldn't remember the nationality, and I was like, "What in the world?"
How are you doing?
Yes,
How are you doing?
Yes, I will. I will play video games with Sevon Podcast logo.
I genuinely thought you were playing a video until I saw
Someone take a screenshot of that.
It's amazing, right?
क्या हम लोग भूया कर पाएंगे?
Yeah, they
I
also
will
just
play
मेरे भाई क्या
Fortnite. We're playing Fortnite. Yeah, fuck
tomorrow
this kid.
morning someone's going to be like, hey, apparently Savan was talking about some teams asking for a minute back, and then they end up on this guy playing fucking Minecraft.
How are you doing? Let me
Oh,
don't steal any candy bars from the store, my friend.
This is his other channel. Has 864,000 subscribers. I would even bother.
But that's
Kid's
probably
a-
how he got those subscribers.
Fuck this kid.
Crazy.
Can you like report it or anything or no? How does it have the same name though?
No,
You
it's
sure
a
you
different
can't do
handle.
that?
It's like the handle. The handle has to
Oh,
be
okay.
different.
Wait
So
a
he
second.
uses them on
How does he
Podcast
have?
Live.
How does he have 15,500 subscribers and only 27 views?
I don't know, bro. Bottom.
Bots.
देखो प्राफिल गन ले लेना है ठीक है.
Let me listen to his voice. I want to see if I can imitate it.
It's not that hard.
Let me
लोग क्या हम लोग भूया कर पाएंगे?
oh, look at Boria
मेरे
Kasha.
भाई क्या हम लोग भूया कर सकते हैं ठीक है.
Sumpra kumpra
You
hoopla.
just need to put the microphone in your mouth.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I like what Jared's saying. Get him on the show. Yeah, let's get him on the show. That's even better.
Yeah, let's play Fortnite with him.
Totally.
Beat his ass.
He could teach me how to play video games.
Fucking
That would
noob.
be funny. I'm calling Microsoft. Oh my God, Judy.
That's probably her coworker.
He's trying to get a free exerciser.
We should just mail him one.
He's got a big old dong. He doesn't need it.
Do we have any idea what the workouts do we have any idea what the workouts are tomorrow?
Zero clue.
Do we even know what time it starts tomorrow?
They have to be there before 8 and it starts at 9 and it runs till 5. So there's probably an extra
Hey,
event.
How are Chase and Adrian doing? If I was watching this at home, I'd be fucking just hating on people.
They're doing well. I like listening to them.
That's what YouTubers do when they're at home. They just hate on the games.
I'm guessing they're not reading the live chat because that would be.
Oh
probably an awful
shit!
experience.
Another journalist just told me they're older than me. She's older than me.
Amanda said Christine Young. Good guess. We were talking about them bringing that workout back too.
Yeah, there's nothing about Sunday up yet.
Oh, I did get my CEO socks and wristbands from Vindicate. By the way, the sale ends tomorrow.
That fluffy duck video was funny. Did you see that?
No, can I see it?
Oh
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
yes,
That was
yes,
really
yes,
good.
yes, yes. That is pretty good. I think the only thing that I had wrong that I thought was wrong with this live stream is the audio was kind of fucked, but they fixed it pretty quick.
Sean Woodland had a great IG post on the Medeiros win. I'd like to hear that too. Oh,
I think
that's
that's
cool.
what this is.
Look at what's that called? Man sitting or mansplaining or what's he doing?
Man spreading.
Manspreading.
Manscaping.
He's manscaping.
I really miss Sean Woodland commenting games. I wonder what that would sound like. Austin Hatfield has dropped the barbell, and that has opened the door for Justin Medeiros, and Justin Medeiros is going to pick up his second career event win at the CrossFit Games.
Cool.
That is
How
really
the
good.
fuck did he get that?
He must have went to his house.
He's probably hanging out together.
They don't. Oh yeah. They both live in California. That's amazing.
That's pretty good.
That's amazing. God, what? Hey, listen. That's what you do when you're fucking pissed. Good on Sean Woodland. What a fucking stud. You just make fun of yourself, right?
That was amazing.
Yeah. it was
Okay,
good.
let me see. Is that Sean? Is that what
That's
you're
the
talking
one
about?
that's the one they're talking
That's
about.
the-
Yeah.
Let me see that one more time. That's fucking amazing.
I really miss Sean Woodland commenting games. I wonder what that would sound like. Austin Hatfield has dropped the barbell, and that has opened the door for Justin Medeiros, and Justin Medeiros is going to pick up his second career event win at the CrossFit Games.
How many takes did that take him?
Oh, that's amazing.
I don't know. It's pretty... 1, 2.
Damn. Look at Chase commented. Haha, well played. God, it's good. I'm sure Chase is killing it. I'm sure Conway's killing it too.
Teams are on at 9 a.m. Individuals are on at 10 past 10 or 10 a.m. Then teams are on
Thank you.
again at 12:20, and then to be announced is the rest, and then 5:15 is the ceremony.
I'm gonna ask someone really quick.
From the barbell spin, the fastest news in the CrossFit space.
I'm gonna ask
Bestest.
Bestest.
I was looking at the numbers. Look like JR and Taylor are killing it.
Yeah, they are.
So is the Spincast.
Um.
Oh, that's another channel.
Okay. Maybe you guys could pick me up at 7:30. I have to film something at 8:30. The indie briefing.
7:30
p.m.
Yeah.
No.
Yes, of course. Dad.
Thanks, Pink Shorts.
Team briefings at 7:45. Indie briefings at 8:30. What if there's like only 8 athletes there?
You walk
Just
in,
one heat.
You walk in, it's just Tia.
Just
are we talking about Brian Friend or what? I don't know. That was one of the things Taylor talked to me about. It's like, hey, he's grieving and we shouldn't judge him. And I already like we did that with
That's so weird. I didn't realize- did you do that on purpose?
Chandler, and that didn't go so well. The only maybe Monday. On Monday, I'll be back in my own little fucking cave in Santa Cruz, and I'll go crazy. The guys should reach out to Dave just to check in after hearing about Chad and Jocko speaking earlier. Would not hurt from you, Sevon. You guys should reach out to Dave. Yeah, I reach out to Dave throughout the day, and 99% of it goes unresponded to. But I reach out to him regularly. But thank you for reminding me. After hearing about Chad and Jocko speaking, who are Chad and Jocko?
Chad, as in
Jocko was talking to Sarah
and
Wilkinson.
Jocko, what's his surname? Willink.
Oh, it's not like that. Yeah, that's not a bad idea, but it's not like that with Dave. Dave's more like the kind of he would shoot up the games first.
Jeez.
Not funny. Not funny, Sevy.
I'm gonna go.
Not funny.
I'm gonna go
to the games
unannounced.
tomorrow.
Just give Dave a hug from behind tomorrow.
I'm if there's any time to do it, it's now.
just break the tension, you know. I just
Yeah.
feel like he needs it. I just like hands around his waist.
Just give him
if
a
you
little-
would-
little hump.
You should also know that if you make a purchase from capeptides.com right now, capeptides.com, get the BPC 157, the CJC 1295, use code 7 or code Hiller. And let me do this. Let me be these people here. Oh, even right there. capeptides.com, and you will get a free bottle or 2 bottles of bariostatic water, which is what you need to mix with the peptides. And then go over to Hiller's video and watch everything you need to know, like the Bible on peptides or something. I saw someone walking around with a BPC shirt. Tons of CEO shirts. God.
That CrossFit guy is asking to buy my shirt. I think they're either selling them or giving them out at the spin stand in Vendor Village. And if you see me, and
But then CrossFit would have to expose his identity.
if I happen to have my bag when you see me, I'll have one in it. But if I don't have my bag, don't even fucking ask me, because I'm like, it's just not happening.
Are Brian and Hiller fighting? Brian and Hiller should box like Hepner and Bridges. I haven't been checking any of Hiller's content. I haven't had time.
I don't think that's a fair matchup. I think Hiller would run through him like a hot knife through butter.
Pedro, can I have your shirt unwashed?
Yeah, I use it to clean my gooch, but you can have it.
Which peptides are for hair? There's I don't know. Google that, and then I'm sure they sell that too.
And Dan, I wear a size large from the Vindicate shirts.
Hiller has gone rogue. The thing is he's not here, so he's on a different plane.
Rogue isn't until November. So.
Sarah met Tyler and JR. John Young at the booth. John Young, the people who follow his John Young programming showed up at the booth.
Yeah.
It's all like good-looking women in their like
Oh,
late
no.
30s and 40s.
Oh,
I swear.
Yeah, I
swear.
believe it. This chick Summer comes up to me and she goes, "I'm Summer, blah blah blah," and I knew, and she was fucking hot with a crazy body, and she's like, and she said something about whatever she said after had to do with John, but I just blocked it out and just looked at how hot she was.
Yeah, they call themselves the muscle mommies.
Oh,
No
it's
way,
Yeah,
dude.
that's crazy.
Way. Dude, they were all in front of the booth. One of them peer pressured me into drinking out of the Freedom Flight, the Freedom Funnel. Yeah.
The peptide CGU
bird?
is for hair. CGU.
You drank someone's urine?
Yeah.
Is that code for vagina? What are you talking about?
It's called I
Freedom
lost the
Funnel.
bet. I'm not a quitter.
Freedom Funnel.
The Freedom
What
Funnel.
about discussing how Luca changed his whole IG? Taylor gave me a talk about that, so I'm not going to talk about that.
Is that like
either.
wizard sleeve?
Pedro's learning all of the lingo.
JY Barbell Cougar Town. Yeah.
Yeah.
Unreal.
Google might be a little.
Is
I
there a
just don't buy
peptide
it.
I can pair with the exerciser to grow the biggest cock ever?
There's a little blue pill you can take.
Oh shit, there's Summer.
Oh, that's the chick right here. This is the chick.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah, that's her. Whatever you said, I wasn't listening. Sorry.
She's listening here.
All right. Enough of this nonsense. Love you guys. We'll be at the venue early tomorrow. JR and Taylor will be giving you the best content in the space. And if you're in town, you should definitely go by the spin booth. Brian Spin's there. He's a fucking. Oh, I knew that. I was in your eyes. Oh shit! Don't tell my wife.
That's an amazing comment.
Yeah.
That's an amazing
And I was wearing sunglasses. How the fuck could you tell? I was wearing dark glasses. You couldn't
She
tell.
knew.
Well, I have to pretend like you didn't. I won't even be able to walk around there if people.
I mean, he
know
didn't
that.
have his contacts on. That was the problem. He
Yeah.
didn't have your glasses.
People are leaving because I don't even know what that is. Okay. We'll see you tomorrow morning. I'll be at the venue bright and early with the boys. And then tomorrow night we'll have our last show, and then everyone flies home. And then who knows? Do we have a show scheduled for Monday?
I can't remember off the top of my head.
God, I hope not. God, I hope not.
I didn't.
No-
I didn't. I wouldn't
no.
know that. There's probably not even a show scheduled till like Friday.
Tuesday,
there's
Wednesday,
nothing.
Wednesday, Greg Glassman's coming on.
Wednesday,
Oh,
Greg.
holy shit. You're going to hear some crazy shit when Greg comes on.
Oh man, I hope I can make that show. I can't though.
Fuck, Wednesday's going to be. Holy shit, we have Jared Ellis on Friday. I'm going to need it. Oh, Luke Parker, when I was done talking to him, he goes, Sevi, I heard your you're like searching for Christ or something. I'd like to talk to you about that. Like, okay, thank you.
Oh boy.
Let's do it.
Sevi, I want you to think about all the dumb shit you said today while you go to bed. All right. Fine. Thank you. Yeah, Wednesday is gonna be gnarly.
Tyler's
I'm sure.
naked.
I could see his cock on the left.
What you can't see is Taylor is lying on the ground naked too.
He's teabagging Taylor.
He's teabagging Taylor.
All right, guys.